We are hardwired to seek stimulation. From the moment we wake up, our brains are on the lookout for something to engage with. Whether it's checking our phones for the latest updates, diving into video games, or immersing ourselves in work, we are constantly in search of activities that keep our minds occupied. Our brains crave novelty and excitement. We thrive on new experiences, the thrill of the unknown, and the joy of social interactions. This is why we flock to amusement parks, attend concerts, and cherish moments spent with friends. These activities provide the stimulation our brains desire, making us feel alive and engaged. This often leads us to avoid boredom at all costs. The mere thought of being bored can make us restless and anxious. We fidget in waiting rooms, complain during long car rides, and tap our fingers impatiently when there's nothing to do. Boredom is seen as an enemy, something to be avoided at all costs. In a 2014 study, researchers at the University of Virginia made a startling discovery. They wanted to understand just how far people would go to avoid boredom. The results were both surprising and revealing. They found that participants, when left alone with their thoughts, chose to give themselves electric shocks rather than endure boredom. Imagine being in a room with nothing but your thoughts, and preferring the jolt of an electric shock over the quiet of your own mind. That's right, they preferred physical pain over the discomfort of an unstimulated mind. The idea of sitting quietly, with no external distractions, was so unbearable that they opted for pain instead. This speaks volumes about our relationship with boredom and our desperate need for constant stimulation. This study highlights our inherent aversion to boredom and the lengths to which we will go to escape it. We pace back and forth, feel stressed, and anxiously watch the clock, all in an effort to avoid the dreaded feeling of having nothing to do. But what if this aversion is misguided? What if, instead of running from boredom, we embraced it? Boredom can be a powerful tool for creativity and self-reflection. When we allow ourselves to be bored, we give our minds the space to wander, to think deeply, and to come up with new ideas. It can be a time for introspection, for understanding ourselves better, and for finding clarity in our thoughts. Many great ideas and innovations have come from moments of boredom. When we are not constantly bombarded with external stimuli, our brains have the freedom to explore new possibilities. Writers, artists, and inventors often find inspiration in these quiet moments. Boredom can be the birthplace of creativity. So, the next time you find yourself feeling bored, resist the urge to immediately seek out stimulation. Instead, take a moment to sit with your thoughts. Practice mindfulness, go for a walk in nature, or simply let your mind wander. Embrace the stillness and see where it takes you. You might be surprised by the insights and ideas that emerge. Boredom doesn't have to be something to fear. It can be an opportunity for growth, creativity, and self-discovery. By changing our perspective on boredom, we can unlock its potential and use it to our advantage. So the next time boredom strikes, welcome it with open arms and see what amazing things it can lead to. In today's fast-paced world, boredom is often seen as a sign of weakness or failure. We live in an era where being busy is equated with being productive and successful. The idea of having nothing to do is almost terrifying to many. We are constantly bombarded with information and stimulation. Everywhere we look, there are screens vying for our attention. From the billboards in the city to the notifications on our phones. This constant influx of information can be overwhelming. From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, our phones, televisions, and computers compete for our attention. The first thing many of us do in the morning is check our phones, and the last thing we do at night is the same. This cycle of constant connectivity leaves little room for genuine rest or reflection. Social media feeds us a constant stream of updates, news, and entertainment. We are always in the loop, always connected, and always consuming. This endless stream of content can make it difficult to disconnect and find peace. We scroll through endless feeds, watch viral videos, and engage in online discussions. The digital world offers a never-ending source of distraction, making it easy to avoid moments of stillness and introspection. The result is a culture that is increasingly uncomfortable with stillness and silence. We have forgotten how to be alone with our thoughts, how to enjoy the quiet moments, and how to simply be present. We have become addicted to distraction. The constant need for stimulation has made it difficult for us to focus, to be creative, and to find true satisfaction in our daily lives. Boredom, once a natural part of the human experience, is now something we fear and avoid at all costs. But what if we embraced boredom instead? What if we allowed ourselves to experience those moments of stillness and silence? Boredom can be a powerful tool for creativity and self-discovery. It can give us the space to think, to dream, and to find new perspectives. By stepping away from the constant barrage of information and allowing ourselves to be bored, we can reconnect with our inner selves, we can find joy in the simple things, and we can cultivate a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. So the next time you find yourself reaching for your phone out of habit, take a moment to pause, embrace the boredom. Let it be a gateway to a richer, more meaningful life. After all, in the stillness, we often find the answers we are looking for. Boredom is often misunderstood. It is not simply the absence of something to do, it is a complex emotional state characterized by a lack of interest, engagement, and meaning. It is a feeling of restlessness and dissatisfaction that arises when we are not stimulated or challenged. However, this discomfort is not inherently negative. In fact, it can be a powerful catalyst for growth and creativity. Technology, while offering many benefits, has exacerbated our tendency to avoid boredom. Smartphones in particular have become our constant companions, offering a quick fix for any moment of downtime. Social media, streaming services, and mobile games provide endless distractions. While these technologies can be entertaining and informative, they can also prevent us from experiencing the benefits of boredom. By constantly filling our time with external stimulation, we may be hindering our ability to generate our own internal stimulation. Section 5. The spark of boredom igniting creativity through mind wandering. Paradoxically, allowing ourselves to be bored can actually boost creativity. When our minds are not occupied with external tasks, they are free to wander. This mind wandering, often triggered by boredom, is essential for creativity. It allows us to make new connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. This can lead to innovative solutions, artistic inspiration, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Section 6. Boredom as a compass, navigating towards a more fulfilling life. Boredom can serve as a valuable signal that something is amiss in our lives. It often creeps in when we least expect it, during moments of stillness or routine. This feeling of emptiness or lack of engagement can be unsettling, but it holds a deeper message. If we are consistently bored, it may be a sign that our current activities are not aligned with our values, interests, or goals. This misalignment can manifest in various ways, such as feeling unchallenged at work, disconnected in our relationships, or uninspired by our daily routines. This feeling of dissonance can be a powerful motivator for change. It nudges us to reflect on what truly matters to us. By paying attention to these signals, we can start to identify the areas in our lives that need adjustment. It can prompt us to identify what is missing and take steps to create a more fulfilling and meaningful life. This might involve exploring new hobbies, setting new goals, or even making significant life changes. Embracing boredom as a compass can lead us to a path of self-discovery and personal growth. It encourages us to seek out experiences that resonate with our true selves, ultimately guiding us towards a more enriched and satisfying existence. Section 7. The kindness of boredom, fostering altruism and connection. Studies have shown that boredom can actually make us more altruistic. When we are bored, we are more likely to engage in activities that benefit others. This could be anything from volunteering our time to simply being more present and attentive to the people around us. By forcing us to look beyond our immediate gratification, boredom can foster a sense of empathy and connection with others. Section 8. The power of reflection, using boredom to plan our future selves. Boredom provides the mental space for a process psychologists call autobiographical planning. This involves reflecting on our past experiences, analyzing our current situation, and envisioning our future selves. When we allow ourselves to be bored, we give our minds the freedom to engage in this essential planning process. This can help us make better decisions, set meaningful goals, and create a more fulfilling future. Section 9. Embracing the void, a call to action. In a world obsessed with productivity and optimization, boredom can feel like a radical act of rebellion. However, it is not about being unproductive. It is about reclaiming our time and attention. It is about allowing ourselves to simply be, without the need for constant stimulation. It is about embracing the void and seeing it not as something to be feared, but as a space for growth, creativity, and self-discovery. Section 10. Cultivating boredom. Practical tips for a more mindful life. So how can we incorporate more boredom into our lives? Start by scheduling boredom breaks throughout the day. Put away your phone, step away from the computer, and resist the urge to fill the void with distractions. Take a walk in nature, meditate, or simply sit in silence and observe your thoughts and feelings. You might be surprised by what you discover.